impact position and how we create the impact position, how we get there, and what the journey is to achieve a consistent strike, the big C word, something that I get mentioned or asked about in every single lesson. Every new guy that comes in, or new student or client that comes in to see me, the first thing they say is, I just want to get more consistent with my irons or my driver off the tee. And that's all very well, but we always need to understand what it is we're trying to do. Most importantly, how we're going to do what it is we need to do. So let's work it from the impact position backwards. Now, the impact position is obviously where we make impact with the golf ball. So let's look at a typical impact position. You go into any swing sequence online, any top amateur or professional will be over the ball. And what you'll notice is the weight is trending, everything, the body is moving, the energy is moving out towards the target. But as it does that, create a little bit of right bend. My hands, most notably, are in front of the club head. And what I see in a lot of amateurs is 70 to 80% of people that come in to see me are like this at impact, and they're playing a game of hand-eye coordination. Now, playing a game of hand-eye coordination basically looks like you're trying to control the club head through impact to pick the ball off the ground. That's not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to hit the golf ball with a club head. As weird as that sounds, what we're trying to do is to utilize the shaft that we have in our hands, that we do have control over, and we're going to press that shaft through impact. Now, this is why the rest of the golf swing then all of a sudden starts to become important. Things like the grip, things like the position at the top, because once we have the grip in the right place, we know where the right hand is. And as Hogan said, he wished he had 6 right hands. If he had 6 right hands, he would have perfected, he almost did, the golf swing time and time again. Because from the feeling from the top, is that palm of that right hand is an extension of your club face. And as we're feeling is we're pushing down on top of the handle there, pushing down on top of the handle with the palm of the hand facing out towards where the golf ball is. And as it pushes down, we've created this flexion, extension in the wrist here, which maintains through the downswing and then through impact. And that is how we create the shaft lean with the hands in front of the club head at impact. In order to maintain that position, if I suddenly stopped turning, my arms would finish here, or my wrists would give up the ghost and they would flip, and the energy would be transferred around my body. So what it really does well is it engages the right hand side of our body to then follow. As you see there, there's been no deviation in the wrists. It's just my right hand is an extension of the club face. And then it feels as though you've got all the time in the world to hit the golf ball. So the most space created at any one particular time of the golf swing is at impact. Some might think it's at the top when we create width here, but it's actually in the impact zone, because as we're coming down, we're pressing that shaft through. You might have heard this term before. Our left hand side is getting out of our way. So the left hip is pinning back, with head is still over the ball. And now from here, this angle here, the distance between my left hip and the club head is huge. So now I've got all this time just to bring the right side of my body through, press that shaft through impact. And it's like a tennis forehand. That's kind of the feeling, you know, it's an extension of your right, the club face is an extension of your right hand, the palm of your hand. That's the feeling we're going for. So that effectively is impact position. That is what we're trying to achieve, and that's how we're trying to achieve it. So some checkpoints for you to work on. On the way back, we're looking to create a right angle. Checkpoint number 1. We maintain that angle to the top of the backswing. Checkpoint 2, hands are in front of the centre of the chest. And then checkpoint 3, on the way back down. I've still maintained that angle. And then as I come into the impact zone, this is the only thing that's not negotiable, right? The impact zone has to be the same every single time. The back of my right hand, the angle in my right hand is maintained the same. The club is on plane. What do I mean by on plane? Well, this is on plane, straight down the target line. Inside plane, outside plane. So if you want to hit the golf ball straight and you're swinging it in there and out there, then, you know, logic does apply to golf. Straight down the target line, on plane, maintaining that angle, and then as we get left side out the way, we push that angle through impact, and that engages the right side and the chest, and we go out face towards the target. So there we are. Hopefully that gives you a bit of an insight, more of an insight into how we deliver the golf club back into impact. For any more tips, keep watching, subscribe for the weekly email, and I'll speak to you soon.